I can't imagine what our colleagues who are Palestinian journalists in Gaza right now are going through. They're dealing with relentless Israeli bombardment. They're struggling to find bread and water to feed their families. They're struggling to survive. They're losing friends and colleagues. The people we speak with talk about their contact list shrinking by the day. And I can't imagine amid all of this, how they're managing to continue to so admirably report. And they're really our only window and lens into what's happening in Gaza, because foreign journalists have been let out. So their reporting has been critical to the work of so many. And so I have nothing but awe and admiration for Palestinian journalists in Gaza. At the end of the day, we're dealing with a situation where the Israeli government, fueled by years of impunity, continues to kill every day. And, despite a consensus, even in UN votes and otherwise, that continues. So I think the work of human rights groups is an important part of documenting the facts. And at the end of the day, justice can take a long time, but I can assure you that those of us who work on this, led by our Palestinian partners, and Israeli partners, will not rest until the facts are documented, that we reach the conclusions that the facts warrant, and that we pursue accountability for them. Sometimes it's not always as fast as people would like, but I promise you that the work continues. I think the United States is ignoring reality, as they tend to do very often when it comes to Israel-Palestine. I mean, Human Rights Watch has documented, as has numerous other groups, the apparent deliberate killing, striking on a group of journalists that killed one and injured several others. And in Gaza, the facts are indisputable. I mean, there have been scores of journalists that have been killed. Many have lost colleagues, they have lost family members. The Committee for the Protection of Journalists, whose job it is to report on this, has described the amount of killings as unprecedented, at a level they haven't seen in their more than 30 years of work across the world. So I think the United States is simply choosing to bury their head in the sand. And unfortunately, that's been all too common. The same thing comes with the United States when it comes to Israel's apartheid against Palestinians. The Israeli government has restricted Human Rights Watch's access to Gaza since 2008. We've only been allowed in once on an exceptional basis in 2016. So although I lived in Israel-Palestine for 2.5 years, mostly in Jerusalem, and we requested numerous permits for me to enter Gaza, those were all denied. Our Gaza-based staff are not there currently, so our coverage of Gaza, like we had to do for many years during Syria and other contexts, is mainly is outside. So we conduct our research by doing interviews, by phone, by video, by looking at satellite imagery, by looking at video and photos, by bringing in our arms experts and munitions experts to review the evidence we collect. But currently, our research is happening from outside Gaza. We've documented many instances of unlawful use of force by the Israeli government, including airstrikes during hostilities in Gaza, as well as during policing situations in the West Bank and in Gaza. I should note that Human Rights Watch has also found that Israeli authorities are committing the crimes against humanity of apartheid and persecution against Palestinians. This is one of the 11 crimes against humanity set out under the Rome Statute to the International Criminal Court, and it's based on an overarching Israeli government policy to maintain the domination by Jewish Israelis over Palestinians, which has taken place alongside really severe abuses known as inhumane acts in a context of systematic oppression of Palestinians.